everybody feeling fine. There ain't no business like show business, baby. Show
time.
It is show time. We're
And we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a good time, each and every one.
I know you've been nominated and honored over and over again. Is this your first time coming to the ACE Awards?
It's a first for what?
For the ACE?
No, I think it's the fourth or fifth nomination, and I think maybe the fourth win, because I think I won for Gangs of New York, but then in the Oscars we lost because it was split here, you know, the musical comedy and drama. Right.
Well, all your work is always fantastic. I have to ask you, what was it like stepping into the role of editing a 3D movie? Did that affect your choices?
You know, it was a bit of a learning curve, but not as bad as I thought in terms of editing. I was given all these sort of no-nos that you can't do. You can't cut quickly, you can't cut from a wide shot to a close shot, but frankly, I didn't find that was true. So it was really a matter, my assistants had to learn a lot. They had to really learn a lot in terms of handling the two eyes. But I was just dealing with one image. They were dealing with the two eyes a lot. And it was just a matter of wearing glasses in the editing room, but Scorsese and I had flip-up lenses because you don't want it, when we would look at a cut and then turn to talk to him, you don't want to be talking through a gray lens, so we had these little flip-up lenses that we used, and learning, you know, how much luminance you need on the screen when you screen and things like that. But the finishing, the very end finishing was more complicated, but I must say in terms of cutting, I didn't find it that big a deal.
And you've been working with Martin for so many years.
Yes.
What is it like to have that type of partnership where I'm sure you have a second-hand language and it must be quite comfortable?
Well, you know, he's such a remarkable person to be around. In fact, whenever he appears in public, like now, and he answers questions or anything, I always go because I always hear something new that I've never heard before. And that's like what it's like being in the editing room with him. You know, he's very emotional, very moody sometimes, but also can be the funniest person in the world. So it's absolutely fascinating working with him. Never boring, let me tell you. And he's always setting himself a new hurdle to go over, and then I get to go over it with him. He doesn't like to repeat himself, although everyone would like us to make Goodfellas over and over again. But so it's just fascinating. He's got such a brilliant mind. You know, he doesn't think he's an intellectual, but in fact he is. He has such an incredible ability to analyze things and a very deep psychological perception of people, which is why his films are so good, you know. And he's always searching for the truth, so that's a great thing to work with.
I know you're probably eager to go in and socialize. Let me ask you one last question.
Yes.
With this particular movie, I know there was a lot of work with practical effects as well as visual effects. Did that provide any additional challenge for you as an editor to work around those types of effects?
Well, we never used to have visual effects in our films at all, so when they first started sneaking in, it was a big learning curve, and now I'm finding that it's a little hard to pretend in your mind what it is that the green screen is. It was actually harder on Shutter Island because there was an ocean and waves, and that was a little harder. Here it was parts of the train station, and actually we didn't get some of the shots until the very last day before we locked the picture. So that's something new for me. I mean, I actually saw shots put in that I had never actually cut in myself. They cut them in the way I thought they would work, and they did. But the opening shot, that magnificent opening shot that took 103 days in 1,000 computers in 4 countries, we got just at the last minute, and several people had walked off the job because they were so exhausted. So those are new things that we're learning to deal with. But our visual effects supervisor, Rob Legato, is a dream to work with. He works like a brother with us. It's not like some company somewhere. Whatever Marty wants, he will try and do if he possibly can, and he works like a friend with us. He's like a fellow editor. He's just fantastic, so we're very lucky, and his whole team, Ben Grossman, all wonderful people. Thank you for your very good question.